Hey everyone, it's Orrin Weintraub with Dale Carnegie. Welcome to day 1 of the Dale Carnegie 30-day challenge. Today's principle is principle number 1. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. This could be a 30-day challenge all by itself. And it sounds simple enough, but what sounds simple in theory is often not easy in practice. So let's unpack this principle just a little bit and find out why it could be so challenging for people to follow and what are some of the things that could get in our way of applying it throughout the day today. So first there's the word criticize. Let's distinguish between criticize and constructive feedback, because often people think criticism is a legitimate thing to do because it helps people grow. Well, let's think about, before we want to criticize someone, are we doing it because we want to build them up? Or are we doing it because we want to cut them down or take them down a notch? Often if we check in with ourselves and see, if I want to go criticize someone, am I really doing it for them or am I really doing it for me? Therein lies the answer, and perhaps we don't want to do it after all. The second C word is condemn. What does that even mean? Condemn can mean like judging someone or making someone else wrong, essentially making somebody else the problem instead of working with them to focus on the problem. So nobody likes being told that they're wrong or that there's something wrong with them, or being judged or being told that they're a problem. I'm sure you can remember when someone said that to you or insinuated it about you and how that made you feel. So let's avoid that. When we make somebody else a problem, at best, we lose an ally in solving the real problem at hand, and at worst, we could lose a friend or really damage a relationship. So let's make the other person and our relationship with them number one, and have that be more important than the actual problem at hand, and at the end, we'll have an ally and we'll get to save our relationships. The third C word is complain. Now, there typically are two reasons why people complain. Reason number one is they want something that they don't have. Reason number two is that they don't want something that they do have. So, if we want something that we don't have, there is a great way to get it. It's called go and get it, or because you are powerful and you can get what you want if you put your mind to it and you're a resourceful person. Or if somebody else has it, you can ask for it and be unattached to the answer. Be okay with a yes or a no, because it could be a no, and that's okay. Now, if we're asking for something, if we're complaining about something because we have something that we don't want, ask yourself, is complaining about it really changing the fact that we have something that we don't want? Why are we really complaining? Because we are upset about the current situation and we just want to complain about it so that we can feel better. Now, if you're upset, there's such a thing as being upset about something and just needing to talk about it, and that's okay. We can go find someone and speak to them about it. But if we're in the habit of complaining, like complaining all the time, well, I'm sure you could think about someone you know who's a complainer, and ask yourself, how do you feel around that person? Is that somebody that you want to be around? I know that when I think of people in my life who complain frequently, I don't want to be around them. And when those are people who are close to me or people who I work with, that could be really unfortunate. So perhaps that's the third C, complain. Perhaps the most interesting word in this principle is the word don't. And fun fact, the first principle of Dale Carnegie, don't criticize, condemn, or complain, is the only principle that happens to be phrased in the negative, starting with don't do something. All the other 29 human relations principles are about doing something. Perhaps the reason for this is because before we can create something positive, we must first have a space that is free of negativity. So today's principle is don't criticize, condemn, or complain. This is all about taking out the negativity so that we can have positivity. And the thing about thinking negative is that it's pretty well a habit. And if you think about any habit we have, the first step in kicking it is becoming aware of it. So let's play a game. Throughout the day today, as we focus on this principle, notice anytime you feel like criticizing, condemning, complaining, or just saying anything plain negative, notice it and replace it with something positive. Do this throughout the day and you will start to notice a serious change in how you feel. So, Don't criticize, condemn, or complain, and you will have a beautiful, negativity-free space in which you can start creating something positive in your relationships. I am Oren Weintraub. This is day 1 of the Dale Carnegie 30-Day Challenge, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for principle number 2.